What exactly did Rory McIlroy say that forced officials at the Arnold Palmer Invitational into emergency meetings? Why were players texting each other in disbelief? And how did a single withdrawal turn into one of the most explosive moments the PGA Tour has seen all season? To understand the drama, we need to look at the timeline. On Wednesday afternoon, McIlroy was scheduled to play a practice round at Bay Hill Club and Lodge, preparing as usual for one of the tour's most prestigious events. The tournament, held at Arnold Palmer's iconic course, attracts the best players in the world every year. Rory was expected to compete, media interviews were already scheduled, and sponsors had built promotions around his appearance, but everything changed Thursday morning, just hours before the opening round. McIlroy suddenly withdrew. Instead of issuing a quiet statement, he appeared at an unexpected press conference and delivered one of the harshest public criticisms of a tournament course in recent PGA Tour history. Rory explained that during his Wednesday practice round, he carefully studied the course conditions with his caddy. The more he analyzed the setup, the more convinced he became that playing the tournament could damage his preparation for the upcoming The Players' Championship and negatively affect his mindset. His criticism quickly became very specific. McIlroy said the rough at Bay Hill was the thickest he had faced all season, making even finding the ball difficult. Fairways, he said, were so narrow that even slightly missed drives left players in nearly unplayable positions, but his strongest criticism focused on the greens. According to McIlroy, they were so firm and fast that even perfectly struck shots were bouncing off the putting surfaces into hazards or deep rough. He specifically pointed to the controversial redesign of the par 3 17th hole, where a greenside bunker was removed and the water hazard expanded. McIlroy's message was blunt. He wasn't interested in playing golf where great shots are punished the same way as bad ones. In his view, that crosses the line from a difficult course to an unfair one. The reaction was immediate. Tournament officials defended the setup, saying it reflects the championship standard that Arnold Palmer believed in. However, behind the scenes, reports suggested emergency meetings were taking place as organizers tried to manage the growing controversy. Then something unexpected happened. Other players began publicly supporting McIlroy's concerns. Max Homa said he understood Rory's frustration and confirmed that several players had discussed similar worries during practice rounds. Tommy Fleetwood admitted he had struggled to figure out how to properly play the redesigned 17th hole. Even players not competing that week weighed in. World number 1 Scottie Scheffler gave a diplomatic response, suggesting that if McIlroy felt the conditions weren't productive for his game, withdrawing was a professional decision. The golf world quickly split into two camps. Some praised McIlroy for speaking out against what they believe are unfair course setups. Others criticized him, arguing that championship golf is supposed to be brutally difficult. Regardless of where people stand, one thing is clear. McIlroy's withdrawal didn't just create controversy around a single tournament. It sparked a much bigger debate about how PGA Tour courses should be set up and where the line between challenging and unfair should be drawn. And now, with the season continuing and the next major events approaching, the